Hello YouTubers, welcome back. This is Uncle Pythagoras signing in. Today we are going to do paper 2 chemistry. We are going to take a question from Limpopo, September 2023. This is question 6. Question 6 read as follows. The graph below shows the effect of the temperature on the value of Kc for the following reaction taking place in a closed container. This is the reaction N2O4. This is a gas. NO2, it's a gas. Now the graph is drawn to illustrate what is happening here. This is the graph. Thank you for those who have liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel and shared. Those who haven't subscribed, please do, and please do not forget to leave the comment so that you can state what you need us to deal with. This is a revision. We need to do everything before we go to sit for a final examination. Right, this graph indicates the equilibrium constant. This is equilibrium constant. This is temperature in Kelvin. Right. Write down the effect of this is the question that follows. It says that 6,1. Write down the effect of the increase in temperature as the amount of NO2 gas is formed. Before we can answer this question, I just want to illustrate something to explain everything that is happening here. This is a gas. If you enclose a gas in a container, we have enclosed this gas in a container. Remember, this container, the container is this big. For instance, let me draw the container here so that we will see what I'm talking about. This is the container. A plunger is set here. Now, this gas is here, N2O4. This gas is here. This is a volume. The volume of the container. Then, if you press this container, you are decreasing the volume. Once you decrease the volume, you increase the pressure. So the volume is inversely proportional to the temperature. As you can see, if the temperature rises, it means the volume drops. If you increase more of the temperature, you are decreasing the volume of the container. So as you press it on, the temperature rises. The volume drops. More of NO2 is going to be formed. But if the temperature If the temperature drops, the volume increases, and more of, let me say more here, more of N2O4 gas will be formed. This is what is happening. The questions they are going to ask you is lying on this theory that I just explained. Let me go through it again. The temperature is inversely proportional to the volume. That means if the volume is big, that means the temperature is low. When you press this, you increase the pressure. When you increase the pressure, then the temperature also increases. The pressure increases as the temperature increases, but the pressure is, when the volume drops, the temperature increases. That means when the volume drops, you have moved your plunger towards here, then there is a pressure, yes. The pressure is high, the temperature is high, the volume is low. And more of the NO2 will be formed. But when you take back the plunger, you're increasing the volume, you're dropping the temperature, the pressure drops. So once there is a less pressure, there will be NO2 and N2O4, more of it formed. It means it favors the reverse reaction. When you apply the pressure, the temperature rises, the volume drops, more of the NO2 is going to be formed. Now we can take this knowledge that we have to come and answer the question 6.1.1. The question says, write down the effect of the increase in temperature has on the amount of NO2 formed. Remember, when NO2 is formed, we have what? We have more of the temperature. The temperature increases. That means it has moved. The temperature has increased. As the temperature increases, the volume drops, the pressure increases. So this is formed at the presence of the high temperature and high pressure. So the answer here is it increased. The temperature, let me read the question. Write down the effect of the increase in temperature has on the amount of NO2 formed. The temperature increases. Here they're only talking about the temperature. If they asked you the pressure also has increased, as in the when it favors the NO2. Now we go for question 6.1, 6.1, 6.1, says, which reaction was favored due to an increase in temperature? Write only forward or reverse. Which reaction was favored due to the increase in temperature? As the temperature increases, it means that more of this is going to be formed. So it is going to go forward, not backwards. So the answer is forward. Six, 1, 3. State Le Chatelier's principle. Well, the Le Chatelier's principle is only asked when you need to explain what is happening when in the closed system. So they say, when the Le Chatelier's principle states Le Chatelier's I know that you know this by now, but we are doing revision. We are just reviving everything that we had before we go to straight to sit for the exam. The answer for this, Le Chatelet's principle states, when the equilibrium in an enclosed system in a closed system is disturbed. The system will reinstate. The system will reinstate in other words, it will adjust itself. A new equilibrium by favoring the reaction that will oppose the disturbance. Right, please matriculants, go and revise your notes. The Le Chatelet's principle has got a different way of saying it. This is another way of saying it. You have your own teacher's explanation of saying it, but it states the same. When you add water into a boiling kettle, it is going to stop boiling instantly, but it will reassume to. That is the Le Chatelet's principle, saying that the disturbance has occurred. Now the equilibrium has shifted. The equilibrium has shifted in a closed system. The equilibrium has shifted to favor the reaction that will oppose the disturbance. Now I'm taking this out. Right, the question that follows is 6.1.4. 6.1.4. It reads as follows. The forward reaction is the forward reaction exothermic or endothermic? As you can see here, once you put this inside the beaker, you need, according to the graph was saying that you need a certain temperature to reach the products. You need a certain temperature to form the products, but when it is still here, this is initially, you have N, let me use a different colored chalk. We have N2O4. Before the temperature has been increased, you still have the reactants, but as the temperature rises, then you are forming the what? The NO2 gas. Then is this endothermic or exothermic? You know that endothermic means taking in the heat. As you apply the temperature, you are taking in the heat. In order for this guy to end the NO2 to be formed, you need to put what? The energy. But if you don't put the energy and the reaction goes by itself to form the products, that reaction is exothermic. But in this case, we have the endothermic. So the answer here is endothermic reaction. 6,1,5. Write down 2 changes that can be introduced to decrease the rate of the forward reaction. As we have said that if you stop the temperature, then you are stopping the forward reaction. You decrease temperature. If you decrease the temperature, this is the first one. The second one, if you decrease the pressure, now all this is just a theory questions that need you to understand the theory behind and the principle behind Le Chatelier's principles. As you apply the pressure, the temperature goes along with it, but the volume decreases. The formation of the products. That means you are putting